Hi Aries, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your August 2022 love reading. Thanks to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. And the way it works is a look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridge and the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Cosmic Tarot. And keep in mind, it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have Innocence, which is the equivalent of the Fool card in traditional tarot, and Fortune, which is the Wheel of Fortune. So, could just be saying that you might have been really drawn to this person. It might have just felt like a really pure, natural connection between the two of you. And as far as timeline wise, it could just be saying that you might have met them earlier this year when Jupiter first moved into your sign. But yeah, you guys might have even bonded through music too, because if you look at the artwork there, it looks like he's playing a flute. And then we see more instruments there. So yeah, it could just be saying you guys might have connected through music in some kind of way. But yeah, it definitely looks like there was a energy. I feel like it was a real light energy as far as your attraction to this person in the past. All right, and past energy on their side, we have the King of Swords. So usually this is Aquarius energy. In this particular deck, they have the Libra symbol too. So you could be dealing with either of those signs. But what I'm picking up on this primarily could just be saying that this person might have been a bit more detached. So I feel like where you might have had like a bit more of a passionate, almost dreamy type energy within the connection toward them. Looks like they might have had a bit more of a cold and detached type of energy toward the connection. If we even look at the body language, they're not really looking in that direction, right? For some of you, could just be saying that there might have been a distance between the two of you as well. And could also just be saying that you guys might have started out as friends first, too. All right, present energy on your side, we have the Eight of Staves in reverse. So this is Sagittarius energy here, and usually this represents communication. And if we look at the artwork in this deck in particular, I'll put it in the upright for a second. You see the birds. So usually that makes me think of communication, and not to mention we have a bird in the card on their side to pass too. So I feel like this is saying that the two of you might not be communicating right now. This could just be saying that you might have been putting in more effort toward the communication, and possibly because of their cold, attached type of demeanor toward the connection, that might have caused you to pull back. So at this time, you might not really be initiating much energy toward the connection as far as the communication goes. And the present energy on their side, we have the Ace of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, Taurus energy, and the Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. So these three cards, I feel like this is saying that they might have some kind of an epiphany around the situation and actually have a desire to bring balance back toward the connection. So that's what the Six of Pentacles energy represents. And then with the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like this is them actually putting in the effort toward working on the connection. Given that that's a Virgo card, it could just be saying that this could be a process that they might go through, because this epiphany energy could just be pointing to when we have the Aquarius full moon. It's going to make aspects with the North Node and Uranus and Taurus. And then maybe it's saying by the time we get to Virgo season toward the end of August, they might actually be putting in more effort toward the connection. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Prince of Coins. So speaking of Virgo energy, this is the equivalent of the Knight of Pentacles, which is Virgo energy. So yeah, could just be saying that you guys might be working toward actually turning the commitment into something more stable in the future. Given that we see the trees there too, right? Looks like there's not a whole lot of life to them, so it could just be saying that this might have taken a really long time for you guys to get there. But yeah, it looks like in the future you guys might actually be putting more energy toward turning the commitment into something stable. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the High Priestess. So this could just be saying that again, they might. Here, I feel like there's more emotional involvement, but I still get a bit of a detached energy from this person. So you might just feel like they might seem to work in spurts, right? Where it looks like there's a attached energy here, then it looks like they're going to come in and put in all this effort. Then in the future, you might feel like they withdraw a little bit again. So I guess you'd have to figure out if that's something that will work for you guys long term. But yeah, that's kind of what I see with them, where looks like they will put in that effort in the present, and then in the future we see them kind of going back to withdrawing a little bit, not being as communicative. All right. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have Triumph. So this is the equivalent of the World card in traditional tarot, and usually this represents successful completions. For some of you, there really could have just been a physical distance between the two of you too, more than anything, because of course, if we look at the artwork here, it makes me think of people being reunited after some travel. So maybe that's at least part of what the divide was between the two of you. And then bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Fool. So yeah, interesting that you had the equivalent of the Fool card in the past on your side, and here we see it on the bottom of the deck for them. So, to be honest with you, maybe this is someone who's generally speaking they're a bit withdrawn, and maybe you coming through with the energy you had might have ignited something in them, right? But it might have just taken them a while to adjust to it. Which, that does tend to be something people can say about Aries energy a lot, right? Where you guys are very fast moving and passionate. So if you're dealing with someone who's a bit more detached in some way, right? It could just be saying that maybe there was a bit of an adjustment needed on their end for that energy, but there could be genuine interest on their end as well. And beneath that, we see the King of Pentacles too. So, which could be another indicator that they just might be more of a slow moving energy, but also an indicator that they would be open to building into something stable. You guys just might move at different speeds. All right, so overall, pretty good spread, but let's see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get from the Moonlight deck. I pre-shuffled the deck before we started recording, and what I'm looking for is unspoken messages from you to them first, and then from them to you. And I'll be looking for jumpers initially, but if I shuffle for a while without anything coming up, I'll just put the deck down and pull cards that way. So let's see what we get. Almost had one there. All right, and this one doesn't want to go back in the deck. And next we'll see what we get from them to you. Almost had one there. All right, and this doesn't want to go back in the deck. So let's see on your side first. All right, we have Stubborn. So not the most earth-shattering message there, but interesting, because it's not necessarily, I don't really see a stubborn energy on either side per se, but like I said, it looks like in the past you were putting in the energy, they just seem to be a bit detached. In the present, it looks like you're withdrawing, right? So for some of you, that could maybe be what that stubborn energy is pointing to, right? Which is to say that, because you might have felt like they weren't reciprocating, now you're going to the other extreme of cutting off completely. But hopefully that resonates with you guys. And then on their side, we have in the very near future. So yeah, that definitely seems to align with what I saw in the present position, which is, like I said, it looks like we do see some energy of them wanting to restore balance in the situation and actually putting in work toward it. So, for some of you, you might feel this as soon as I post a reading, or for others of you, given it's for the present position for August, might take a little bit into the month of August before you see that. But yeah, to me, that seems to align with the fact that they will be putting in effort soon. All right, and lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Pre-shuffle this deck as well, but here I'm just looking for one card with general advice to wrap the reading up with. All right, and this one doesn't want to go back in the deck, so let's see what you got. Okay, we have TikTok. So here, another indicator. It could just be a timing thing, but there's the artwork, and the number is 30. So let's see what it has to say. Okay, it says, love, the fulfillment of desire, and even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate timing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. Its clock is eternal and ticks according to the beating of your heart in perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know? Love is always right on time. So yeah, like I said, whether maybe there was a physical distance between the two of you that might have been leading to a lack of connection between the two of you, it does look like there's going to be some desire on their part to put in some actual effort, right? Looks like, I'm guessing for the majority of you, this means that this is you stopping the communication before that point, right? And that could be where they come to the realization, oh, okay, let me actually pick up the slack here. But yeah, definitely looks like there's some potential for you guys to get this connection on track. And like I said, maybe there was just a timing issue in the past. But hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.